Hello everyone, welcome back to this channel. So let's continue our pandas course, and as of now we have completed 4 lessons. Okay, so today we are going to understand about data types and missing values. Now in this tutorial you will learn how to investigate data types within a data frame or series. And to start the exercise, the data type for a column in the data frame or a series is known as the D type, and you can use this D type property to grab the type of specific column. So, for instance, we can get the D type of price column in the reviews data frame. Okay, so you want to know the data type of any particular column. For that, you have to use this D type. Okay, so if you write reviews dot price dot D type, reviews is the same binary data set, and price is the price column. So you are taking the data from, you are fetching the particular column, and you want to check what is the data type of the price column. Okay, so the answer will be float 64. So it will just give you the types of the data. Now alternatively, the D types property returns the data type of every column in the data frame. If you write it on the data frame itself, then it will give you data type of each of the column present in the dataset. Country, description, variety, binary. Okay. So data types tells us something about how pandas is storing the data internally. Float means it is a 64-bit floating point number. Int means this is similarly sized integer. And one peculiarity to keep in mind is that columns consisting entirely of string. See, country column is of a string. Description, string. But they don't get their own data type, but instead it is given as object data type. Okay. Now it is possible to convert a column of one type into another whenever such a conversion makes sense by using the astype function. For example, we may transform the points column from its existing int64 data type to a float64 data type. So reviews.points.astype float64. So what you are doing here, you are just converting one data type to another. It's not that the data type is always fixed. You can easily convert to another data type depending on your need. Okay. So for that you have to use astype function. Okay. So now this is converted into float 64. Now a data frame or series index has its own D type too. So reviews.index.dtype. So index has its own data type, and that is in 64. Now pandas also supports more exotic data types such as categorical data, time series data. Because these data types are more rarely used, we will omit them until a much later section. Okay, no problem, we can study later. Now our next topic is missing data. So entries missing values are given the value nan, short for not a number. Maybe during entry or for any technical reasons, some values are missing. Instead, they are just written as nan. You can see no country is missing. That may be a data typing error, or maybe that data was not found. Due to any reasons, they are having nan values. But while applying the algorithm, you cannot use that nan values directly. So either you have to delete those values or you have to replace them with some other values. Okay. So now these NaN values are always float 64 D type. Okay, so pandas provide some methods specific to missing data. To select the NaN entries, you can use pd.isNull operation or pd.notNull. pd.isNull means that please check where the values are missing. Okay, so it will show you the rows where the values are missing. And not null is exactly opposite. Please check where the values are not missing. So it will show you the data where the values are not missing. Okay. Now, if I write reviews, the data frame pd.isNull, pd for pandas, you are calling isNull function, and inside this you are passing reviews.country column. So that means, see, reviews.country means it will fetch the country column. On that, it will check whether it is null or not null. If it is null, then return me that row. So see, these are all null values or nan values. Okay. And then you are passing it through the data frame so that you can see the output. Okay. Now, you have found that there are missing values. So you have to replace them. So replacing missing values is a very common operation. So you have to do it many times. So pandas provide a really handy method for this problem, that is fill na. Whenever you use that fill na, what it does, takes all the missing values and fill it with the given value. So reviews dot region underscore to fill na unknown. It means first you are accessing this particular column, this one. Now you are telling that please fill all the nan values. Please fill all the nan values with this unknown word. You can give anything, 0, 1, 2, any string, anything. Okay. So this will simply fill this nan category into unknown. Okay. See, this is the output. Now, if you pass it through reviews, if you write reviews and within third bracket you pass this whole thing, then it will show you the dataset like this way. And here instead of nan, it will be written as unknown. Okay. Now, or we could fill each missing value with the first non-null value that appears sometime after the given record in the database. This is known as backfill strategy. There are two types of things. One is backward filling, another one is forward filling. While filling the data, what you can do, you can think that maybe the nearest one, the previous one, is the best choice for this null value. So you can fill backward, or you can do the opposite also. You can think that the next row may be the exact, maybe the best choice for this null value. So you can take the values from this one and replace the null values by the next row number. So these two are known as backward filling or forward filling. Okay. Anyway, next. Alternatively, we may have a non-null value that we would like to replace. Okay, now you don't have null values. You have some values, but you want to replace them with something else. For example, suppose that since this data set was published, reviewer has changed her Twitter handle from this to this. Okay, so now you have to replace the name. So for that, you have to call the replace method. Data frame, that particular column where you want to replace. Now replace method, this was the previous one, you are replacing with this one. Okay, this is the code, so it will be replaced. Now the replace method is worth mentioning here because it's handy to replace missing data with some kind of values. Like as I said, you can give any values, depends on you. Okay, now let's do the exercise. First, complete the setup. Now, what is the data type of the points column in the dataset? So, first you have to write the name of the dataset. Reviews, columns, points. So you have faced the point column of the reviews data set. Now you want to know the data type. So D type. Okay. It is not done. So after that, okay. Now create a series from entries in the points column. Okay. But convert the entries to strings. Simple. They have told you to change the data type. This one. So you have to use this as type function. Okay. First you have to make the series. So if you write reviews dot points, it will create the series from entries. Now you have to convert it into string. See, you have to convert it into a string data type. So let's run it. Okay, now you can see the solution. Now sometimes the price column is null. How many reviews in the data set are missing a price? So you have to count how many null values are present in the price column. Okay, simple. So first what you have to do? First you have to fetch the price column. Okay. Now you will check whether there is a null value. So you can write is null. Double L. Okay. So first you have taken the price column. Now you are checking whether there is a null value. If it is, then add them. So make a sum of them. Okay. So it will give you the price column having a missing value. Okay. Now, what are the most common wine producing regions? Create a series counting the number of times each value occurs in the region 1 field. This field is often missing data, so replace missing values with unknown and sort in descending order. Okay, let's do one by one. So, first, what we will do reviews dot most common wine producing regions. So you have to create a series counting the number of times each value occurs in the region 1. So first you have to take the region 1 column. So sorry, region 1. Now you have to count the number of times. But this field is often missing data. So replace the missing values with unknown. So you have to do fill now to replace the missing values with unknown. Okay, count the unique values, value counts function. Okay, so you are taking the region 1, you are checking whether there are any missing values. If there is any missing values, then fill them with unknown values, then count the total values, and after that you have to do this one. So sort in descending order. So dot sort underscore values, and descending means you have to make ascending equal to false. Sorting we learned in our last class. Okay, I think it's perfect. Okay, so it's done. Let's meet in our next class. Till then, bye. Happy learning.